Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday. Is it the 14th? Yeah, May 14th, 2021. And I have the reads are pretty quick today, a 45D60 union read and the twin flame read. We're going to roll the die for you as well. Let's go ahead first and take a deep breath. I'm just going to use a different mallet today, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Lots of love and blessings. I am Om Ha. I am Om Ha. I am Om Ha. And so it is. Okay, so let's get going here. I'm going to show you the pictures. We're going to roll the die, have some fun here. All right, so here is the 4D, 5D, 60 read, for those who are not familiar. 4D, 5D, 60. The left is the feminine, the right's the divine masculine, the middle is the bridge between them. The incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing energies there. And I started clarifying before I took the picture, but anyway, this is the main read for the SIRIAN Starseed deck. And the full read here for the 7-deck Twin Flame read. Okay. Okay. So first we're going to roll the die, see what comes up for you guys. All right, with the number 7, which of course is the calm before the storm. It's kind of like that 0 point energy of coming into the storm, right at that moment, the 11th hour. And you notice that 11 is showing on this side, 7 on 11. And then we have Uranus here again, sudden changes, and over here is Aquarius. So Aquarius is also on the axis with Leo. So I don't know if there's anything aspecting Leo or Aquarius right now. But definitely the star card's been coming up this week, and it's coming up upright and reversed depending on the sign. But Aquarius is all about sudden changes with Uranus. It is Aquarius energy, both Uranus and Aquarius. So it's very intensely that Aquarius sudden change energy of the tower. And then the 7 of the moment before this, the calm before the storm. The 7 usually puts you in a place of quiet, and it's 10:28 on the clock, which is the wheel, and the 28 of the twin flames, the choice of path. So the calm before the storm puts you in a place of silence to be able to connect with your body. So it can make you sick, it can put you on vacation, right? Give you some kind of time out, time to go within. And with sudden changes here with Uranus and Aquarius, which are both related to that planet. So very interesting. All right, so we're going to put these over here. Aquarius, Uranus, and number 7. Okay. I actually feel like pulling a card first too. Let's see what deck haven't we used in a while. Oh, I'm reaching for the Good Tarot. All right, so we're going to pull a card from the Good Tarot and see what comes up for you guys before we start, and then we're going to get right into the union read. These are general reads, remember, for the Twin Flame community. So remember, if you want something more specific, you can go to my information below or on my website, twinflames3344.com. And I also have my CD out there if you want to check it out. I love my music. It's piano and voice, and it'll help you clear as well. It's very romantically related. The second 7 songs were written on my Twin Flame journey. The first 4 are from the 9/11 time. And thus the title of the CD. All right, let's see from the Good Tarot what comes up for you guys today. Hold on, that crashed a little bit. A little bit messy. All right, here we go. So the 7 of water, and again the number 7 coming up, you notice? The 7 of water is coming up reversed though. And the 7 of water is like the 7 of cups, but this deck is very different, so we have to go by what it looks like as well. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of fire, but reversed, which is letting go of all the burdens in the traditional sense. And here's a card there. So the 10 of fire, but it's reversed. And let's see what we go with this, what we have here with the 7 of water. So, you know, having lots of options, seeing your synchronicities, and there's definitely that energy of seeing heaven in your eyes in this card. From the bottom of the sea, perhaps in a little lotus, opening up your crown, but here it's reversed. So perhaps closing it a little bit, perhaps going into the body more, really feeling your more 4D energy right now. And this can be about no longer feeling confused about your different choices or options. Maybe you're not seeing as many synchronicities right now because your guides want you to go more grounded into your body. And this card is also in this deck is showing, you know, they're all different fish and shells, and just having all the different kinds of things in the ocean being as one, all part of the same rainbow. It's like a rainbow instead of like choices. And just enjoying their differences, but it's reversed. So there may be an issue with, you know, being judgmental of others because they're different than you, or you might feel like someone's judging you because of your differences, or selecting someone different than you because of those differences. But again, there's a lessening of confusion here, but also letting go of emotional attachments that don't serve you anymore. So again, those energies that you're not resonating with may be falling by the wayside as well. And then the 10 of fire and the underlying energies. It's like someone's, you know, they're so burdened. It's the Atlas energy of the weight of the world. They're picking one and they're letting the rest go. But here, maybe they're letting one go and keeping the rest. Well, it can go both ways. It looks like she's burning paperwork here. I don't know if somebody's burning records, so they might have done something they weren't supposed to do and they're burning the records. And she might be trying to save one of them after she thinks about it. After she set them on fire, it's like, you know, saving the one so she has proof or something. Right? So burning everything but saving one for proof after she already set it on fire. But here it's like the opposite. It's like only letting one burn and saving the rest from the fire. Somebody's looking for proof or evidence. And I told you that something you've been searching for a long time may be coming back. So that could be that kind of energy as well. All right, let's get going and see what comes up regarding that. The 4D, 5D, 6D read is the Tower and the underlying energies, the King of Pentacles in the center of the read, which is also Akashic Records, and then the Page of Wands, the Sekhmet energy of the fiery feminine, but also the masked boy with the burning desire. So a sudden event, an epiphany. So again, we start out with a sudden event, which is the energies that came up from Uranus and Aquarius. A sudden event or epiphany with the King of Pentacles and their crown openings. That can be a masculine energy who's an earth sign, perhaps Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But it also has to do with Akashic Records. So it can be about connecting with your Akashic Records as well. So sudden event epiphanies with the King of Pentacles and the crown opening, and mother and child reunion or Page of Wands inspired. The incoming divine feminine is rising from the ashes with flame in hand, standing up to 3 others perhaps, or drama in hand and underfoot, passing on prior ideas or waking up or working with what you had already. So it's like realizing what you had already was valuable information, and that will resonate with the paperwork being burned on that card. Standing up to 3 others or drama in hand and underfoot, passing on prior ideas, or working with what you had already. So making use of what you already had if you can't perhaps spend money on something new. Taking a risk, 7 of 7 of rising up and sending back down. Others inspiring you to give them back. And it's interesting that just said 7 of 7, and we just had this card of the 7 of Wands as your card that came out, reversed. Okay, 7 of 7 of rising up and sending back down. Others inspiring you to give them back words or ideas, transmutation, and then rest or take a break. In the 5D Connect, submerged in salt water with thoughts clearing head. The 4D here is the Sun, the Queen of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. The Divine Feminine Sunshine, Peg as us, which is the Pegasus energy, Peg as us, and that can be the US as well, inspired to leap across the sun. The Divine Masculine suffering in silence or stressed or purging or dealing with their sister. Hiding underground, out of the sun, covering their eyes, in the woods, bridging with the Queen of Wands fire starter, or multi-talented or serving self and others. The 5D here is the 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Star. The Divine Feminine reunion, friends or social events, joy, and the Divine Masculine rock star healer and or astral traveling and walking like an Egyptian. Bridging with the King of Pentacles, Akashics, and Egypt and Atlantis. The 6D here is the Queen of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine with the Queen of Swords with the handle on the truth, and a mosaic pieced together as herself. The Divine Masculine surrendering decisions using crystal work at hand. Bridging by walking away with all ducks in a row. To expand. So the Divine Feminine is fully energized in order to come together with the Queen of Swords in the 6D, which is the woman of light. The Divine Masculine ending the nightmare and stress in the outer realms, walking like an Egyptian and surrendering when back in the atmosphere. So from Drops of Jupiter. The bridge here is the Queen of Wands, showstopper, the King of Pentacles, practical man, and walking away from a big emotional investment, his partner or daughter, or her partner or son. The outgoing Divine Masculine here is the 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. The sovereign with a high vibe business, and the wounded warrior surrendering to all that is. The Page of Wands inspired and or frustrated here. The Divine Feminine had Leo and Scorpio on her side. And Aquarius and the Queen of Swords. The Divine Masculine had Aquarius on his side, and then the Sovereign and the Page of Wands. What's coming between the Masculine and Feminine is the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so Aquarius is coming up with the Masculine, so the dice or the die that were rolled may be affecting the Masculine more than the Divine Feminine. But again, don't forget the Masculine's in both the Masculine and the Feminine. So the number that came up for this read is 61, which is the 7 of Swords, the Risk card, the Liar, Cheater, Thief card, but it really is just about risk. The horizontal pillars added up to 10, 3 and 48, which is the Wheel, the Empress, and the 8 of Cups. The vertical pillars came up to 7, 7, 4, 3, 8, 11, 9, 3, 9. And the message coming up here was the destined Empress walking away and taking a risk. And the traveling Emperor and Queen of Cups. So the Emperor and Empress are both coming up here on opposite sides. So there may be a split between the Empress and the Emperor. So the one side is the destined Empress walking away, taking a risk to go out on their own. And here is the Emperor with the Queen of Cups. Justice for the Hermit and the Knight of Cups, which can be literally the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups can be the Masculine and Feminine taking a risk together. We have the Sovereign, Emperor, and Empress dance of justice, and that could be a divorce if they're apart here, and the Hermit, Knight of Cups in risky business. Okay, that can go both ways, and the Queen of Knight can be kids as well, so however that resonates for you. Okay, and we did that union read was at 6:18, and it was funny as I was coming in to do this, My son just got home yesterday after being with his dad for a couple months. So it's nice to have him around. But I was going past his room to say good morning. Actually, we had been up a little bit, but it was, I walked into his room and it was 9:18 on the clock, which is my birthday. And then when I came back out here after doing a couple of things, it was 10:19 on this clock, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the 19 of the Sun. So a lot of significant numbers coming up here. And then I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 7:14 for the read in front of you. And that's the 7 of the Chariot and the 14 of the Temperance card, which is that higher love. And of course, I don't know, 17 is the number, I think it's the number of the Quaalude, isn't it? So that could be coming up too. There may be some drugs there as well. SIRIAN Starseed deck is when it was cut and dealt 7:14 and 7:21. And you notice the 7 theme here, 14 and 21, and these are all at 7 o'clock. 7:14, 7:21, and then it was cut and the clarifiers were finished at 7:41, which is the reflection of 14. So we have that 14 of the Temperance card, the higher love, the angels, and then the 41 of the new love, spiritual love, and self-love of the Ace of Cups. So the 721 is the 21 of the world and completion, and then F flames came up. So F for me is the Phi energy of expansion and contraction of the flames, and then the S, but that can be the F word as well, right? And then we have the S word. That's so funny because then the shit's coming up as well. Spirit's really funny sometimes, I'll tell you. All right, so we have the F flames and S. So that for me, that's usually Sophia. But however S comes up for you. And then at 7:41, the major arcana were just the transition card in the main part of the read, which is the death card. Before the read, the hanging man, Luna, and the solar deity came up. So the sun and the moon, along with the hanged man, came up before the read. And then after the read, the star and the higher self came up. There were 5 cups in this read. We rarely have that many cups in a read. And then we have 2 wands and 2 pentacles. And there were no swords. So this is 5 cups without swords, which is very rare. I don't remember having cups without swords before. Because cups is all about your heart and emotions. So usually people get in their heads when those energies come up. But this is really clear 5 cups energy with the 2 wands and the 2 pentacles and no swords. And also here's coming up the number 522, which is the 5 of the Hierophant, the 22 of the Fool, or the 52 of the Queen of Swords, and the 2 of the Higher Self or High Priestess, which all those cards came up. The numbers here were triple 4s today, which is the angelic realms, 22 of the Fool, but also the number of the 2 of the High Priestess and the 1-to-1 energies, the Divine Feminine energy and the Mediator. And we also had double 7s of the Sovereign, the Knight of Pentacles. We also had 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door. And also that's to do with the 4 quarters and the square. And we also had 47 of the 7 of Cups, which is the card that came up for you before the read. And in a lesser sense, we have 12 of the Hanged Man, 23 of the King of Wands, 34 of the 8 of Wands, 45 of the 5 of Cups, 57 of the 3 of Swords, and then 79 of the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow. The code line was all about forgiveness and rebirth. And forgiveness, the F was separated from forgiveness. So it was F and or giveness, and then rebirth. And again, F can be the F word or can be expansion and contraction of the Phi energy. So we have first, it says it's coming together as part of the code line here. And I was just getting, again, that card came up from the Journey of Love yesterday too, the 66, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And I was just getting the come together right now over me. So that's definitely important here. So the code line was all about the number 95 coming from the number 22, the Fool, and 73, which is the 5 of Pentacles. So that can be out in the cold, the lovers out in the cold. That's all they need is each other. Or the recovery from exile, the recovery from financial destitution, the recovery from homelessness and or injury or illness. Coming out to the 95, which is the reflection of the 5 of Swords, which is the war within. Okay? So this could be the war without or just the ending of that, right? Post-war energies, which have been coming up all this week, the post-war. All right, so the message around this code line today, and Desmond Tutu came up today, very important. It was interesting because there was a little news blip about him a couple weeks ago. and he's turning 90 this year on October 7th, Desmond Tutu. And of course, he got a Nobel Prize for apartheid in Africa, and that was coming up from, I think the message was, that was from May 2nd news. Bye, sweetie. Have fun. That was coming up from 5 to news of this month. And then we have, what else was coming up here? So the code line starting out as the I, so the I am that I am, and then coming up 2-2. So that's where 2-2 comes up. So that can be a little tutu, like a ballerina costume, but also Desmond Tutu is coming up, and the 2-2 of the Fool of the 22 of the collective consciousness, the Christ consciousness, which was why Desmond Tutu came up, because he's, a very spiritual person. And then the divine feminine in the divine masculine, or the number 7, the Chariot, coming together here. Coming together as one of two. I was just getting the soul train. But the Father is coming up, the one of two in the Father energy of forgiveness and rebirth. The I, or I am that I am, 2 of Cups, or perhaps 2 or 22 offices for some. We have the 7 of the Chariot and the feminine within the masculine, and the reunion, the one of two, support. And again, a word came up, Fotran, which actually means to F, which is funny why the F flames came up earlier as not only expanding and contracting, but the F word and the S word. And here is coming up Fotran, which actually means to F. It means to do. It means to annoy, bug, bother, damage, break, mock, be irrelevant, to steal, and to eat. So supporting that energy, okay? However you want to take that. I, the twin, the high priestesses or high priest, so 2 psychics of Christ consciousness traveling together. The mastiff was coming up here, and the otter with forgiveness and rebirth. And then I enamored with fabric weaving. Someone might like older folks, hanging out with well-off older folks. Someone's enamored with fabric weaving, well-off older folks, working on organic farms, or to see with your eyes, to see with the ocean and emotion and the collective consciousness. Those left out of the heart, one of two, and the Father here. I fiddle or mess around, of course. I whistle, I poop, and I am genuine. I document and write. I travel with friends and family, support Father, and am one of two, effing and annoying, damaging, breaking, mocking, stealing, eating, and I am irrelevant, or the enemy's plant. And again, forgiveness and rebirth coming up here. I am enamored with the woe of Christ, the ascension of the group, in joy, supporting the Father. So we start this readout with the 4 of Cups upright, the underlying energy here with the mini cards on top, and 5 cards down and 5 cards out from the end, but I have those extra cards over here on the side, just here, just because I ran out of room there. So we have the 9 of Swords reversed, the Hanging Man upright, Luna upright, which is the moon, solar deity, the sun, is upright, and then the Queen of Swords reversed, and then the 4 of Cups on top. So suffering in silence, perhaps dealing with a sister there, ending nightmare, the stress of the hanging man, night and day, or that could be feeling hung out to dry as well. With the Queen of Swords reversed, who's bored or grounding and integrating, perhaps an offer of love, or not seeing the good in it or the value in it, frustrated, hung out to dry, overworked, and insecure without the tools, or causing suffering of another on purpose, expecting them to heal and forgive. Unable to understand, handing out to see a new, or hanging out to see a new perspective, but not working out without the tools to deal with the suffering and the healing of the heart. Idle hands, the devil's workshop, they say. So then monks are devils, right? Because they hang out and are still. Home and union with the Queen of Swords reversed, connected to the Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunction or loss, and the King of Wands reversed, detoxing, boredom, grounding and integrating, an offer of love. The Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, no longer overseeing the King of Wands, overseeing the devil. It's like no longer is the Ten of Pentacles overseeing the King of Wands, who is overseeing the devil or the ball and chain, or the King of Wands was the devil controlling two by chains, the horny Batman here under the bridge, or water under the bridge, squashing the little lizard on the King of Wands platform, who's been eyeing his money clip slippers, or the King of Wands reverse no longer holds the old man and mother under lock and key, someone detoxing chaos or addictions and no longer institutionalized. All right, so again, those are all different things for all different people. At 843, which is the Strength card, and the 43 of the Three of Cups. So wishing upon a star, detoxing a death or a near-death experience, the Emperor upright peeking in, exposing a tainted religious leader perhaps, or an institution, or kids, Taurus reversed and Scorpio reversed, or of divorce, a break in contract, tradition, societal norms, or just thinking outside the box, or the spiritual community in the never-ending story in the fall of the patriarchy, or a clingy Taurus. We have flirt here, and beneath it, religious factors, closing the distance gap, or all business partnership is down, lacking faith or falling on face or from grace, not working out and or embarrassing self. The world complete, the sealed divine feminine, at night when all the world's asleep, the divine feminine's protected by natural means, under the radar with heaven in their eyes, seeing synchronicities, but the turtle is slow to romance or to get it. The divine feminine having dreams with her divine masculine, no more red boots stepping on dove and bunny, and the divine masculine being caged by two dark goats in his pockets or taking in love and putting out dark energies. The right side is worse than the left there, watching everything he does. The dark remote viewing, somebody who's dark may be remote viewing the masculine at work, or there may be cameras now at work above his table at 856, which is the Strength card, and the 56 of the Two of Swords. He may be unaware he's being watched, or he may be pissed off that he can't make a move without being suspect. Follow your dreams, which is number 85, and beneath that, teaching and learning. Rising above weakness and brokenness, a need for courage and state of emergency, chaos, fight or flight, first in, first out. The Queen of Wands reverse may be pissed off here, with Pisces and Aquarius, with big love or self-love, or the Queen of Wands reverse is sick and tired of the world offering love to the star and not her, without options of getting their wish, and must start over in love. Off path with multiple barrels of monkeys or monk keys, now that monks came up, or wine. Somebody could be wine drinking at a wine, or going to wineries, but someone could be whining here as well. Raising a glass once too often, and now dumping it out, along with chopsticks, Chinese, and grass. So somebody might be detoxing their addictions. Star getting all the love, or Aquarius leaving to self-love without arrogance, starting over and then bored again, an island to self in chaos, detoxing, clinginess, or Capricorn reversed and Scorpio reversed with options, or fantasizing, seeing synchronicities, and following their dreams. The most underlying energy that came up from this read is the Nine of Wands reversed and the Five of Swords reversed, the wounded warrior and surrender, and the war being over, which always brings up PTSD and looting. And then going forward after this read will be energy of a dependent, or someone spending or feeling powerless, or spending too much, defenseless in need of strength and or good health, to heal the brokenness and or depression, paralyzed by their passions and falling short of expectations at 908, which is the Hermit and the Strength or the Dance, or a player on the prowl here in order to hang out and get over it, an energetic exchange, and that can be the arrows of love as well, with big love from what's not working or was sent away to suffer in silence on their own, as the Queen of Pentacles upright here, who is actually fine. At 910, begin again, is the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. We have the recent past of the Four of Pentacles upright, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave, burdened by the truth presented to one who is choosing a new path, or the twin. The Page of Wands reversed may be frustrated here, at home bored or grounding integrating love, or not amused, unable to understand the no growth, or pretending or unaware or pretending to be unaware of an attachment to the messenger of truth. And or we have Scorpio reversed here. The foundation here is the Two of Pentacles upright, the surrendering to the energetic exchange, the arrows of love, the flurry of activities or messages, communication and travel here, with the Page of Swords message of lovers out in the cold, with the King of Cups and or unconditional love. The central energy being the Ace of Wands reversed, bored and rejected at present, the Knight of Wands reversed player falling short, offering money and or new life to a multiple offer deal perhaps, or a big purchase, but not quite having enough money. Maybe something that cost a lot. Choosing a new path and or twin. The challenge being the Three of Cups upright, the reunion with the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Swords upright, or rejection of a message, or calling them a crybaby. Depressed Page of Pentacles reversed, perhaps in need of help, money, or opportunity, or not learning their lesson. Detoxing the Sovereign reversed, or their powerlessness or dependence, and now powerless or spent all the money. The World complete, the cycle done, under the radar, or Pisces, the World, or Divine Feminine, seeking attention or getting the wrong kind of attention. A release here from anxiety, fears, or prison. There could be a lover here, or a Gemini. The Wounded Warrior defending their wounds. And detoxing of the King of Pentacles, or the superhero, with unhappy family, or ending an emotional cycle of no big love at work, or a big love third party. And the Queen of Cups reversed with Scorpio reversed. After death or near-death experience, the fantasy family being over here and losing patience or losing temper to release their fears in order to call or announce to Cancer, or at night, the man in the moon. Or release Aquarius reversed and Cancer upright, or releasing subconscious callings. Now, in the current moment, in the now moment, there is no transition or the transition's complete, but finding peace with or away from the Ten of Cups family in the downturn, with the Page of Pentacles starting again. The King of Pentacles is facing the Knight of Swords message in order to come together. Taking forever to end in the downturn, slowdown, or twist of fate, with three types of women or girls or females in general: the pretty, the smart, and the depressed. The Knight of Cups reversed, jealous and conflicted at night, or about Cancer, drinking, or wife swapping, or couples weekend in the mountains, with the Hierophant reversed and Cancer upright. Taurus reversed, narcissistic energies here, losing patience or temper, and fallen angel, unbalanced or in debt, or in an imbalanced or relationship of inequity, destined between Sagittarius reversed and Libra, and unhappy family. Strategizing, the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Swords upright, that could be her lawyer, facing fears about a true connection and intimacy issues. The Two of Cups lovers in misery loves company, and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss, misuse of wealth or money, with issues at work, with the secret out, or a need to use their higher self to end the pain in the painful ending, massage, or pain in the ass. Holding on or hoarding, the Queen of Wands reversed here at 9:34, the Hermit, and the energetic exchange of the Eight of Wands. Soon at 34 of the Eight of Wands is the King of Cups upright, that unconditional love, after dealing with kids on a quest to announce, or wake up others, or make some calls, save the world. And the Knight of Cups reversed may be jealous, moody, or rejected, or insincere schmoozer, happy with themselves, or getting their wish, over the Queen of Swords reversed, complaining and bleeding out at work, or over issues at work. The twin flames are seeing themselves as the Two of Cups upright, walking away to find themselves, juggling, performing, falling and getting right back up again, or trying to keep busy to avoid sudden changes, or the mess to clean up after sudden events and or epiphanies, and or falling out, or the past returning, with the Queen of Cups reversed in justice here. Aries, Scorpio, and Libra all reversed here. Worth waiting for, release your ex, wedding, and soulmate all come up here. The wedding has to do with the situation involves marriage. And yes, this is your soulmate. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Seven of Cups, the stairway to heaven. Now in the read, it was upright, but today it's coming up reversed in the energies. So the Seven of Cups, stairway to heaven. The Empress reversed at night, howling at the moon, perhaps in lack, defenseless and coming clean, or cleaning up their act or their space. For the Queen of Pentacles upright, perhaps, with Cancer in their chart, and perhaps lost their mother. Taurus reversed and Cancer upright here. The block being the Four of Swords reversed. No more break with the Queen of Swords reversed. Knowing and keeping to themselves, while the Knight of Pentacles is moving on, awake and coming out. Forgiveness comes up here, or giveness, expanding and contracting, and rebirth, but even more so, healing and manifestation. The Magician's reversed, and that can be really manipulative or insecure and not having the tools they need. But past hangry and past injustice, the Queen of Wands reversed, imbalanced and released, as announced at the full moon or to a Cancer. The Queen of Wands reversed maybe is the King of Wands reversed, being looked at, or at the doctor's, or pissed that the Hermit is holding the light. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are both reversed here. The King of Pentacles is upright, coming clean about downloads or risky business, and caught by two men perhaps, watching and depressed, needing to heal, the Frog stretching to Prince, and growing or fighting an internal war with higher self, or secret passion is out, that they were offered true love. Pisces reversed, Aquarius upright, Cancer upright, and Libra reversed. Gemini and or Virgo are both reversed, and then Virgo's upright as well here. Sagittarius reversed. In need of higher self in order to receive love. Hiding and hanging night and day, with the Queen of Swords reversed, wishing on a star, an island to herself. Surrendering to the Two of Cups, which is coming up as to how the twin flames see themselves, and the stairway to heaven. The Divine Masculines in need of inspiration or sex, and the challenge being coming together in joy. With the King of Cups, or unconditional love, rising above or awake and coming out. Done a transition with the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Pentacles upright, cleaning up and needing to heal, needing to collect the light and face their fears with a secret passion, and in need of their higher self at 9:56, which is the Hermit and the Two of Swords. Being in your knowing. Self-love, spiritual love, and new love. And that's just you deserving love no matter what. Grounding and integrating love on a rock in turbulent waters. The Divine Masculine's heart starting over, surrendering in need of passion and to transition. Challenged by reunion of the Two of Cups and the King of Cups, or unconditional love. And the steps to 5D, heaven on earth. Not sleeping with the Queen of Wands reversed. The King of Pentacles is cleaning up and needing to heal their fears of their secret passion at 9:58, which is the Hermit and the Four of Swords, the 5D connection. So there is your read. And also Jerry Maguire came up yesterday. When I left my job, I actually sent a letter titled Jerry Maguire, right? The things we think but never say. And I actually went back and reread that. And there's a lot of good information in that. So anyway, that energy of that Jerry Maguire leaving his business energy came up yesterday. And we're going to pull from the Animal Spirit deck. So let's see what's coming up for you there. It's 3901-2, which is the Knight of Cups and the Magician and the High Priestess. It's 11:04 on this clock here. If we get to 11:11, I'll stop at 11:10, because at 11:11 we need to stop and actually manifest your reality. So I want you to close your eyes and go into you being in the life that you want to be in, but like as it's already made manifest. So that's going to be at 11:10. Hopefully I don't forget, because I get wrapped up in what I'm reading for you. It's 11:04 right now. So it's 7 minutes. All right. So let's see what the Animal Spirit deck has for you. A camel. And he's very independent, right? He's got the hump with the water. He's got the ride. And he's fine with himself. We got the blue moon again there for June and the blue moon. and that's that newish moon. And the blue can have to do with the throat chakra as well, the need to speak their truth. And it looks like someone's getting very grounded in their independence in order to be able to speak their truth. And then we have the Scorpion next to it, which can be that Scorpio energy. But they're facing in separate directions. They could be two people who look totally different going their separate ways, right? The stinger there. And this is coming up. That might have caused that ant fight. You know, the ant card, where it looks like a boxing match, you know, the thing that you can't not watch because it's so awful. Well, here's the stinger of those same colors coming up. So Scorpio might have started that fight. And then we have this, talk about stingers, then we have the stingray. That's funny. And then the vulture is there to clean up. And yesterday it was saying, allow the vulture has a purpose. Allow the vulture to be there to come and clean up. Because then there's transformation there with the butterfly. So the snake is the underlying energy, and it's come full circle with the flower of life within. And this very much comes up as the energy of the rainbow bridge, circled around the sun, completed, locked, closed the gate yesterday. And then all the rainbow colors went from the rainbow bridge into the earth, into the heaven on earth, becoming the 5D. It's like going out the gate to 5D and then coming back in another gate to come to the new earth. And there's the raccoon again. That came up yesterday in the same spot. You know, feeling bad for their trash can duty. And that could literally be poop, since I said duty. And that came up in the code line today. So we're definitely read the camel. But again, we have the energy of these two going their separate ways. And then the stingray is bringing up the chakra system here. And the sting. So there literally could be a sting right now. If it's not a Scorpio sting, it's a sting operation. Or that could be an operation too that stings. And then we have the vulture there, just waiting for someone to die so that they can clean up the mess. And then instead, perhaps, is the transformation of the butterfly here. It's very interesting coming up there. Let's see what they're saying here. And they're all facing that way, except for the scorpion facing this way. The stingray is just facing up. So let's see what the camel says, and that's fire. Where are you, camel? All right, the camel's resourceful, independent, and knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease, even in the face of excess heat, which can be judgment or anger, not just the sun. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, so he's the transmuter, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel's a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. So this could be indicating you guys going on a trip of some kind. And again, being walking transmuters. You don't have to do a thing to transmute the energies, which a lot of you growing up may have felt that. You may have felt nauseous or really drained all the time because no matter what you do, you transmute the energies around you. And I definitely felt that. I would feel nauseous a lot of the time and drained all the time. I never had regular energy growing up. So, yeah. And this could be going back to the past too, right? So if someone's traveling or just being, he's taking his time, enjoying the view, but he's going in a backwards direction. So you may be reviewing the past, perhaps getting together with family to review some stuff from your childhood. This could be going west as well, out west. All right. And then the scorpion's going in the other direction, but it looks like the scorpion's going after the stingray here. And then we have the vulture ready to clean up this fight, and the butterfly ready to transform it afterwards. Okay, it's like the polarities waiting around to do their separate duties, right? The vulture to clean up and the butterfly to transform. And I guess the choice is going to be theirs. Do you want to stay or go? Do you want to stay in the 3D and let the vulture clean up the mess? Or do you want to transform and allow the butterfly to help you go there? I'm gonna take you there just like a dream. It is not what. Okay, so that's coming up from Madonna. And then I'm going to read your Scorpion because that looks significant here, which is also fire. It's 10. All right, go ahead and close your eyes for 11:11. I want you to visualize your best life as you're in it already. Take a deep breath. Okay, so let's go into the Scorpion. I hope that was good for you. Where'd you go, Scorpion? No, Scorpion's first because they're... Okay. So the Scorpion is passionate, competitive, and tends toward isolation. The Scorpion's a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers, and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpio card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. So when the Scorpions imbalance, they're wild and free and fierce, but when they get out of balance, they're jealous and resentful and unresolved, which definitely has been coming up in the read, yesterday at least and today. To bring into balance, honesty and forgiveness from the Scorpion energy as the camel goes away on a trip. So camel's going away and doing their own thing, Scorpion's dealing with other people, and the stingray, which I also want to do because they look like they need to come together here. Come together right now over me. All right, Scorpion, where are you here? Scorpion, not Scorpion, the stingray is coming underwater, of course, and that's developing confidence, a sense of self, or a spine, quote unquote. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, the easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends, which could be the Scorpion energy, makes decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. Trong? When in balance, eager and wants to grow. When they're out of balance, they blame others and quit. In order to bring yourself back into balance, move through the discomfort. Okay, so there's three totally different energies. The independent one, the one who's going to push you into the change, and the one who, has trouble getting out of the comfortable place and is getting nudged by the Scorpion here. But remember, they both have tails, right? With the stingray and the Scorpion. It looks like the stingray is just not activated. So Scorpion, watch out, because if they activate this tail here, which is it's like their cord grounded to the earth, this is much more powerful than just the sting of a stingray, of the Scorpion rather. Okay? So sting, like attracts like, sting attracts sting. So be what you want to come into your energy, into your sphere. All right, so that's the animal deck. Okay, remember the vulture's all about death and ending, and instead transformation, the butterfly, going from the bee. He looks so much like a bee here with new wings, being confused about who he is and going, walking away and within to transform. So you can choose. Do you want to be devoured, or do you want to transform? And then we have the Journey of Love deck at 49. Actually, just turned to 50. 49 to 50, which is the 9 and 10 of Cups, the Get Your Wish cards. It's 11:15 on the clock, which is Justice and the Devil, so the shadow side of truth and balance. And the Journey of Love for you guys says, whoop, there we go. That slid right out. Hidden Beauty, 45, which is the grieving energy of the 5 of Cups, but getting over it, getting over the loss, the regret, the guilt, the shame, the past, and not letting go of it, and knowing the beauty that you are and allowing it to be shown, right? Because when you're grieving, you're not allowing your beauty to be seen by others. But I have to tell you, in seeing someone who's grieving, it can be the most beautiful moment. I remember when my grandfather died when I was 8 years old. Oh, maybe it was my other grandfather when I was in high school. I think I was older than that. Because I remember looking at my sister crying, and she just looked so beautiful in that moment. So there's just hidden beauty everywhere. And I probably said so, and she probably looked at me irritated. So Towering Magnificence is number 30, which is also the union energy of the 4 of Wands. But you see, it's like a towering moment of all of our guides coming together to witness something special. It's like they come from far and wide. So it's like, build it and they will come. Build it and they will come. Come out of your depression. Build your life and they will come. Do you want to die or do you want to transform? Build it and they will come. Look at that. The Lovers. 57 is the 3 of Swords. The separation or the end of the separation. We have the grieving, the union, and the end of the separation here. Hanging out together and grieving together to come together in union, right? To get over it. And look at them both looking up. It's beautiful energy. The bottom of the deck is Her Grace, 17 of the Star. Her Grace, and the Grace Kelly energy comes up here of the Star, the beauty of being delicate and soft. There you go, soft. The 47, there's that 7 again. This is the 7 of Cups that came up before the read. Be soft, like the pearl that came from the bacteria, right? That came from the yucky stuff. It became, the yucky stuff all transmuted into a pearl and became heaven on earth and became the thing that you can now connect to the other one with, because you wouldn't have been able to connect to them without the pearl that grew during your dark night of the soul. Now you have 2 pearls that are identical, and you can now connect through the pearl. And the 17 of the Star, shining your light, healing or healed, and just, you know, being your dreams, being your best life. Her Grace, in a graceful way. God's grace. Her Grace, Sophia Grace. These are the next 2 cards coming out, just so you see. We have the Knight of Cups and the Sensual Awakening, which is the end of the pain, the 10 of Swords, reversed, which is where all the swords come out. And don't you love that? Look how the hair just connected right into the next card. You see how we're all connected? The hand connects into this swirl right here, and the hair connects right into this over here. There's always things we can connect by, even if the rest of us is different. There's always things that we can share, that we can feel very interconnected by. And I love that this is wrapped around her arm, the coil. And it's like she's plugging in to their similarities so that they can, it's like extending her energy so that whatever resonates with her will come forward in this other person so that they connect. You see that? Which is probably the reason why that energy of sitting back to back is so important, because it allows that few minutes for the energies to come together and meld. Okay. And that was coming up with the just sitting for that time, for that minute, 11:11, time to allow your energies to meld with someone else. And there you were just manifesting your dream with your best life. So let's go ahead and read the 45 for you, which is the Hidden Beauty, which kept coming up as the last card, and now it's the first card for you to read. So let's see what it has to say. It's been coming up a lot lately. All right, so Hidden Beauty says, you are glimpsing beauty And yet there's more to be revealed. There is more than what you're currently seeing. To attempt to force the vision would prevent you from seeing what is being revealed. Be patient and look more closely. Soften your heart and ask to be shown the beauty in the situation that is being shown to you. Wait, let the vision come alive, and you shall witness what was once hidden. This oracle brings you a suggestion from divine guidance. You may think you see the whole picture, but if you look deeper, you shall see something that brings you much joy, hope, and reassurance. There is a more beautiful perspective here that affirms and nourishes you and all involved in the situations of your life that are puzzling you at present. Take heed and relax. All is as it's meant to be, and soon you too will be able to see. The poem reads, when I close my eyes at night, I see your face, your lips, the brush of your hair across your brow, the down of your skin soft against my touch. My love grows in the solitude, listening for the morning light and you. It was just 5555 when I said that. Rise and be loved. Bye.